Is it okay to start your business without a website in the beginning? Any tips that one should keep in mind before starting a business? I'm really scared, hence asking. How much money did you invest in the beginning to start a business? Don't take the risk. I did. I'm speaking from experience. That's my number one thing. Okay, can you do this for a living? Hey beautiful people, welcome back. Today is a chill Q&A video. I feel like in the last 3 videos, I pretty much summed up the basics of what you need to know to start your very own Instagram store. But I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions. So on Monday, I put up a story for you guys to reach out and ask the questions that you still have. And I got some really good questions and I picked up a random 10 or 11 of them, which I'll be responding to today. So before we start, I want to encourage you to go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already.
What are you waiting for? Do it!
Okay, so the first question is it okay to start your business without a website in the beginning? Yes, it's absolutely okay. I still don't have a website. I do suggest that you should build an audience before you start a website, but if you want to go all in the beginning, that's your choice. Just know that it's okay to not have a website. How did you start your page and did you get any pre-orders? I started my page as an impulsive decision with a friend. It was a different page called Blushed. I'm sure a lot of you would have heard of it. But within 2 months we had to shut it down because of the differences. It's a very long story. It's a story for another time. It's actually very interesting. But that's how I started my page. It was an impulsive decision and a friend and I decided to do it together. And did you get any pre-orders? No, actually we didn't. Even when I started Shop with Roxy, it took a while to build audience. And I kind of felt like I was gonna give up in the beginning, but I just hung in there, which is what you need to do. Hang in there, you'll get there. It takes time and hard work. Is it wise to start a clothing and hair accessory business right now considering the COVID scenario? And it might not fall under the category of essentials and people might not spend money on it. What you're saying makes a lot of sense, but let me tell you that during this time, online stores are thriving. Because people can't go outside and purchase. They're looking for other alternatives. So I see where you would get that question from, but it's still thriving, and especially because it's online. The next question is, what should be done to get more followers? So again, if you guys haven't watched the previous 3 videos, please go ahead and do that right now. I've mentioned this in video number 2. You have 2 main ways. One is to do shoutouts and reels. Although reels are a lot more effective, they are very time consuming. So I stick to shoutouts, but if you want to go ahead and do reels, do reels. The 5th question is, what type of content should be created in order to keep the followers more hooked to the page to come again and to shop more? This is a really good question and my answer is pretty simple. You have to be kind to the customer. The first time they're making a purchase, make sure to put in a little extra effort, maybe put a nice note. Hopefully they'll come back. Any tips that one should keep in mind before starting a business? I'm really scared, hence asking.
Teach me.
I wish somebody had told me this before I started. Don't start a business with someone who's your friend or your family member, like a sibling, because chances are it might not end well. I know some stores that are doing really well, but I feel like don't take the risk. I did. I'm speaking from experience. That's my number one thing. Don't start it with someone if you don't want to jeopardize that friendship. How much money did you invest in the beginning to start a business? When I started the business, since I was one person, I think I invested a little more than that, 2.5k, but you don't have to do that much. You can even start from 1,000 rupees, not more than that. It's fine. Don't worry. Okay, can you do this for a living? You can, but it will take a lot more hard work than you think it will. Like, I'm doing this as a hobby. I have barely any time. I'm doing high school, I'm preparing for college. I have so many extracurriculars that I will get into later. If you want to do this for a living, try doing it part-time. If you feel like this is something you can increase and do for a living, go for it. By the way, you don't earn that much initially, so don't get disappointed. Don't get disappointed, just that. Now the next question, the 9th question I have noted down is, I didn't feel like answering this one because I did in the previous videos, but since it's a highly requested question, it was the most asked question, I had to include it here. This is, where do you source all the items from? Now, I can't tell you that because that's just not fair. You actually have to put in the work to find these items. But I did give you a tip on how to reach out to vendors and how to procure these items. That's in video number 2. If again, you haven't watched any of those and you've come here directly, go back, watch those, and you'll have the answer. What's the best time to post so that we get more reach? This is a really good question.
I am the one.
According to me, the best time to post is between 12 p.m. to 7 p.m, 7:30ish p.m. Don't make it later than that. And the next question is, how do we estimate the shipping charges for each customer living in different parts of the country? This actually depends on which shipping company you're using. I use Indian Speed Post, so it's different for me. But I suggest whatever the shipping charge you decide, keep it standard for people within your area and people outside your area. For example, I live in Bangalore, so I charge 50 to 60 rupees for people living in my area and about 70 to 90 rupees for people living outside. Keep it standard is all that I'm saying, so that it's easy for you to account and you don't have to check with the website for every single order. Okay, so that's all that I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for joining me and thank you so much for these questions. I did get a lot more questions. Most of them were personal, like about me. So I might make a video on those. But I hope you all learned something, enjoyed. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And I will see you very soon. Till then, stay safe, stay happy, and drink water and enjoy. Okay, quick shout out to Tracy for the super comfy tie-dye shirt and for this chain to Sue's closet. I'll be linking both of them down below. Go and check them out. Okay, bye-bye.